Hello friends, welcome back to another edition of Kate's Notes. Today we are reviewing The Midnight Feast by Lucy Foley. If you will recall, I did judge this book by its cover in my very first episode of Judging a Book by Its Cover. Go check that out if you haven't already. And I assumed that it was about a bride-to-be who was bitten by a werewolf, and you can imagine the bloodbath that followed. I was wrong about that, but I think you will find that there is a monster in this book, and the monster, as most characters find out who are in a post-apocalyptic horror movie, they realize that the monster to fear most of all is the monster of human nature. Let's get into it. So we are going to do a quick overview of this book. I'll give you a little more detail than what you would find on the inside of the book jacket, but no spoilers because I want you to get out there and read it for yourself. I cannot offer you a personal pan pizza from Pizza Hut, but I can offer you the intrinsic value that one gets from reading a great book. And isn't that worth more than its weight in gold? So this takes place in the English coastal countryside at a resort called the Manor. It's opening weekend. It's an old English fancy old house that's been converted to a resort that is giving goop. It's very goopy, very Gwyneth. It's like the kind of resort that comes and springs up in the beautiful countryside that local people could never afford, but obviously high-end wellness influencers and people like that could obviously vacation there. So right away, we're going to get into a little bit of class warfare. We love to see it. Our author, Lucy Foley, loves a multiple point of view storyline, and I love it too. Honestly, sometimes I like to have a little refresh from chapter to chapter. So let's look at our major players. We've got the founder, Francesca, who right away, you know what that name, she is, as my dear granny would say, putting on airs. Next we have the mystery guest, Bella. Not much of a mystery. Right away we find out soon that Bella's not even her real name. Okay, and then we have the local boy, the kitchen help, Eddie, bless him, sweet boy. And we have the husband of the founder, Owen, also something to hide. I mean, who are we kidding? They've all got something to hide. Otherwise, why would we be getting their point of view? And lastly, a little ways into the book, a little further along, we're going to start seeing some information from a new point of view, the detective. Why is there a detective there? Well, I will tell you. So our detective shows up because on opening weekend, in the midst of the summer solstice, the manor house burns to the ground and a body is discovered on the beach below. So here's one of our mysteries. Why is the house burning, and why is there a body? Who is that body, and how did they get there? Mystery number one. But really, the bigger mystery is, what is the drama that instigated all of this? Maybe not even instigated, but what was the past drama that culminated in this spectacular fire show on the summer solstice? And that took place 15 years ago. Now, before I get into the old drama, I should mention that I forgot to include another character. We don't get their point of view, but they are interspersed throughout the novel, referred to as the birds with a capital B. There is local superstition that there is a group of supernatural creatures called the birds who deal out justice as they see fit. And we will find references to this group, these creatures, in both the present and the past. Not enough that I would like, but we'll get into that in a minute. So something in the past instigated everything that's happening now. And we are going to have that slowly revealed bit by bit through Bella, not her real name, as we know, through Bella's journal, because she has been here before. And we will find, tiny spoiler, Francesca has been here before too. So we are going to slowly find out what was happening in the past to lead to what's happening today. And we're going to have little bits of the birds sprinkled throughout. Not enough for me. Look, I love folksy superstitions, okay? I grew up in the shadow of the Appalachian Mountains, okay? I love a good folktale. I love a good ghost story, and there just wasn't enough lore of the birds in this book for me. But even so, it was still pretty great. So, honestly, if this was a sitcom, I would be begging for a spin-off about the birds. And that's it. I'm done. That's all I will say about the matter. Okay. So, anyway, we have some really great mysteries here that are going on, and we really need to answer the mysteries of the past before we can figure out the mystery of what's happening in the present. I loved it. It kept me guessing up until the very end, and there was another twist at the end that I did not expect. And I like to think of myself as a smart person. Maybe you're smarter than me and you figured it out. That's fine. Go away. Anyway, I think you should read it, and I think you should figure it out for yourself. If you are looking for a deeper discussion on classism, this is not the book for you. Go read some Leo Tolstoy. Okay, bye. This is a great quick read if you love a suspense and you love some drama. One final note, if you do read it, come back and talk to me about the last line, because the very last line had me thinking like, duh, like made me feel really dumb for not seeing that before, because obviously. Anyway, please go read it. Please like and subscribe on my YouTube channel and give me a nice comment. If you give me a mean comment, that's rude. I'm going to delete it, because that is my right as an American. And tune in next time when I will be giving you Kate's notes on the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle. We also judged that book by its cover, so if you aren't sure, go watch that video and figure it out. And I will see you next time. Bye!